Here's the hard truth most men refuse to face. If a woman doesn't value you, she'll show it in her actions every single day. It's not a mystery. It's not hidden. It's in your face. But you keep ignoring it. You tell yourself she's just busy, just tired, or not good at expressing herself. But deep down, you know something's off. You feel it. You just don't want to admit it. You keep giving more time, more effort, more attention. And what do you get back? Excuses, silence, disrespect. You think if you try harder, she'll come around. But that's where you're dead wrong. A woman who doesn't value you won't suddenly start valuing you just because you're loyal. That's not how this works. That's not how respect works. And definitely not how attraction works. You need to learn to read the signs. You need to stop negotiating your self-worth with someone who's already decided you're not a priority. Every time you chase a woman who clearly doesn't respect you, you destroy a little more of your own power. This video isn't here to sugarcoat things. It's here to wake you up. Because once you recognize these behaviors, you won't beg for her love anymore. You won't justify her disrespect. You won't play her emotional games. You'll walk with your head high, your back straight, and your standards in place. Because real men don't tolerate disrespect. They walk away from it. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just finished section 5 in the course, and you won't find this information on videos on my channel. It's easy to access with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or click the link in the description to enroll now and improve your dating life. 1. She doesn't respect your time. When a woman doesn't value you, the first place it shows is in how she treats your time. She cancels plans last minute. She keeps you waiting. She tells you she's not sure about when she's free. That's not confusion. That's disrespect. A woman who values you wants to see you, and she proves it by making time. If she can make time for her friends, her boss, her nails, her phone, or her dog, but never seems to make time for you, that's not an accident. That's a choice. Men who don't value themselves will keep entertaining women who make them feel like they're on standby. They'll accept the maybe texts. They'll say, "No problem," when she cancels for the 3rd time in a row. They'll keep trying, hoping she'll eventually see how loyal and patient they are. But in her mind, she already sees you as weak. A man with value doesn't wait around for someone who doesn't respect his time. He walks away because he knows a woman who actually wants him won't play games with his schedule. This behavior shows up in small ways too. She texts you only when she's bored. She takes hours or even days to reply. She ignores your calls, but is online posting stories. You tell yourself she's just busy or bad at texting. But when a woman is into a man, she finds a way to show it. Consistently. If she's always too busy for you but never too busy for what matters to her, you're not on that list. You also see it in how she talks about her priorities. If you're always available to her, but she treats you like a backup plan, she doesn't value your time because she doesn't value you. And here's where most men mess up. They keep thinking if they just stay nice, patient, and consistent, she'll reward them for it. She won't. She'll just keep walking all over your time because you've trained her to think you'll always be available no matter how she treats you. The truth is, time is a man's most valuable currency. And if she's constantly wasting it, brushing it aside, or treating it like it doesn't matter, you don't need a clearer sign that she doesn't see you as high value. A woman who respects you will respect your time without being told. She'll show up, she'll respond, she'll plan, she'll prioritize. But a woman who doesn't? She'll delay, she'll dodge, she'll disappear, and still expect you to stay around. That's not just disrespect, that's a warning sign. And if you're smart, you'll stop excusing it and start removing yourself from the situation. Because the longer you tolerate it, the more of your own value you're throwing away. 2. She talks down to you. A woman who doesn't value you will make it known, not just by how she treats your time, but by how she speaks to you. When a woman talks down to you, mocks you, questions your intelligence, or speaks to you like you're beneath her, she's not being playful. She's revealing how little respect she actually has for you. It might start subtle, sarcastic jokes, passive-aggressive comments, or backhanded compliments. But over time, it becomes clear. She doesn't see you as an equal. She sees you as someone she can control, belittle, and dominate. Many men make the mistake of laughing these things off. They say, "That's just how she jokes," or "She's just strong-willed." No. A woman who values you doesn't use humor to humiliate you. She doesn't test your masculinity by trying to emasculate you. And she doesn't speak to you like you're a child who constantly needs correction. A woman who talks down to you is making one thing very clear: she doesn't admire you. She doesn't see you as a leader, a man of strength, or someone she can follow. She sees you as someone she can manipulate without consequences. In public, she may correct you mid-sentence, roll her eyes when you speak, or interrupt you as if your words don't matter. Around friends, she may make jokes at your expense, tell private stories that embarrass you, or treat you like a project instead of a partner. Behind closed doors, she might become more aggressive with her tone, raise her voice, insult your decisions, or dismiss your opinions like they're foolish. What's worse is that men who stay in these situations begin to lose their edge. They start questioning themselves, doubting their instincts, and walking on eggshells. The more she talks down to them, the more they shrink, trying not to trigger more disrespect. That's exactly what she wants. She wants to feel superior. She wants to feel like she's the prize, and you're the lucky one who better not mess it up. But here's the truth. A man who truly knows his value won't tolerate being talked down to, not even once. Respect isn't earned by begging for it. It's earned by enforcing your boundaries. And if a woman feels like she can repeatedly insult, embarrass, or talk over you without any pushback, she has no fear of losing you. That's because, in her mind, she already has the upper hand. The moment a woman starts speaking to you like you're beneath her, it's a sign she sees herself as above you. That's not a relationship, that's a power imbalance. And as a man, you have two options: correct it immediately or walk away. Anything less, and you're giving her permission to keep devaluing you with her words, her tone, and her attitude. 3. She keeps you as an option. When a woman doesn't value you, she won't tell you directly. She'll show you by keeping you around, but never fully committing. You're not her priority, you're her convenience. You're the guy she texts when she's lonely. You're the backup plan when her weekend falls through. You're the emotional support when the guy she actually wants disappears. She won't say you're not enough. She'll just act like you're not necessary. That's what it looks like when a woman keeps you as an option. The signs are there if you're willing to see them. She won't define the relationship, even after months of talking. She avoids serious conversations about the future. She'll flirt, then pull away. She'll get close, then go cold. One moment she's into you, the next she's distant. You're left confused, but that's exactly the point. Keeping you unsure is how she keeps control. If she gave you clarity, she'd have to take a stand. And she doesn't want that. She wants the benefits of your time, attention, and energy, without the responsibility of committing to you. This is how a woman behaves when she sees you as replaceable. She knows you like her more than she likes you, so she plays with that imbalance. She feeds you just enough to keep you hoping, but never enough to make you feel secure. That's not love. That's emotional manipulation. She might even mention other guys in front of you just to test your reaction. She wants to see how far she can push without losing you. A man who values himself doesn't tolerate that kind of treatment. He doesn't compete for a spot in a woman's life. He offers his presence, his attention, and his protection, but only to a woman who earns it. If you're in a situation where you're always wondering where you stand, you're not in a relationship. You're in a waiting room. And the longer you sit there, the more your value erodes in her eyes. One of the most common mistakes men make is thinking they can win her over by proving their loyalty. They stay available, keep texting, keep checking in, hoping she'll eventually see their worth. But what really happens is the opposite. The more available you are, the more invisible you become. She doesn't respect effort that comes from desperation. She respects effort that comes from confidence and strength. If you feel like you're on standby in her life, it's because you are. And the only way to flip that script is to remove yourself from the equation. When a woman realizes you're not waiting around anymore, when she sees that you're not just another guy orbiting her world, she'll either step up or disappear. Either way, you win. Because the man who stops being an option becomes the man she either regrets losing or finally learns to respect. 4. She never initiates anything. One of the clearest signs that a woman doesn't value you is this: everything always starts with you. Every text, every call, every plan, every conversation. If you don't make the move, nothing happens. That's not bad timing. That's not shyness. That's disinterest hiding in plain sight. When a woman values you, she puts in effort. When she doesn't, she leaves it all on you, and then calls you needy or too available if you start to notice. A woman who never initiates anything is showing you that she's not emotionally invested. You're not a priority in her life. You're just a convenience when she feels like entertaining something. She doesn't check on you. She doesn't ask how your day is. She doesn't surprise you with a call just to hear your voice. She doesn't make plans to see you. She just responds when you reach out. And even then, her responses are dry, short, or delayed. This is where many men get it wrong. They think if they just try harder, she'll warm up. They think her lack of effort is because she's been hurt before, or because she's playing hard to get. But here's the reality. When a woman is genuinely into a man, she can't help but show it. She wants to talk to him. She wants to see him. She finds excuses to be around him. Her energy is obvious. If you're always initiating and she's always receiving, you're not building a connection. You're chasing someone who doesn't care if you're there or not. The imbalance becomes exhausting. You find yourself trying to keep conversations alive. You're always the one asking to meet. You're constantly trying to guess what she wants while she's doing the bare minimum. Eventually, you start questioning your own value, wondering if you're doing something wrong. You're not. You're just giving too much to someone who gives you almost nothing back. A relationship, even in its early stages, requires two people who want it. It's not about being perfect, it's about mutual energy. If she can't even text you first, what makes you think she's going to stand beside you when life gets serious? If she's only interested in you when she's bored, she'll never fight for you when things get tough. Men who know their worth recognize this fast. They don't chase silence. They don't keep proving themselves to someone who never meets them halfway. They pay attention to patterns. And if she's never initiating, never planning, never calling, never reaching out, it's not because she's unsure, it's because she's uninterested. You deserve effort. You deserve pursuit. You deserve to feel wanted, not just tolerated. If she doesn't bring that energy, then your attention is being wasted. And the longer you carry the entire weight of the connection, the less she'll respect you. 5. She's emotionally unavailable. Emotional unavailability is one of the most frustrating experiences a man can face in the dating world. And when a woman consistently shows that she's emotionally closed off, distant, and hard to connect with, it's a major sign that she doesn't value you. A woman who wants you will want to connect deeply. She'll let you in little by little. She'll share parts of her world, her emotions, and her truth. But a woman who doesn't value you won't give you access to her real self. She'll give you the surface and keep you stuck there. She might show up physically, be present for the date, respond to your messages, and even seem interested on the outside. But emotionally, she's a locked vault. You never know how she truly feels about you. She dodges serious conversations. She avoids vulnerability. She keeps you guessing, constantly trying to read between the lines of what she says and what she actually means. You'll feel like you're always trying to crack the code just to understand where you stand. This type of woman will often blame her past. I've been hurt before. I'm not ready, or I have trust issues. And while those things might be true, here's what most men overlook. Emotional unavailability is not a permanent state, it's selective. A woman might be not ready for you, but ready for someone else she sees as more valuable. She might have trust issues with you, but open up fully to the guy she's actually emotionally attracted to. When a woman values you, her emotional walls start to come down. But when she doesn't, they stay right where they are, and she expects you to accept it. This puts you in a draining position. You find yourself constantly giving, hoping that if you're patient enough, she'll eventually open up. You start managing her emotions instead of connecting with them. You make excuses for her lack of affection, her cold responses, her absence when you need support. But here's the hard truth. A woman who's emotionally unavailable to you is telling you exactly how much you matter to her. And if you stay in that space too long, you'll start lowering your own standards just to keep her around. It becomes a one-way emotional street. You open up, you share your thoughts, you express interest, but she stays guarded. She may even get uncomfortable when you show too much care. Why? Because she's not looking to build something real with you. She's holding the door half open, just enough for you to stay curious, but never enough to let you in. A man who knows his value does not chase a woman's emotions. He doesn't fight to earn affection that should come naturally. He doesn't accept emotional scraps and call it potential. He pays attention to the investment being returned. If she's emotionally absent while you're fully present, that's a mismatch in value, and you don't fix that by waiting. You fix it by walking. 6. She disrespects your time. A woman who doesn't value you will always find subtle ways to disrespect your time, and she'll do it in a way that makes it seem normal. She'll cancel plans last minute. She'll show up late without apologizing. She'll leave you hanging on a response, sometimes ignoring you for hours or even days, only to come back with a casual, "Hey," as if nothing happened. This behavior isn't accidental. It's a reflection of how low you rank in her world. Time is a man's most valuable resource, and when she disrespects it, she's telling you she doesn't respect you. Here's what makes this even more dangerous. A lot of men brush it off. You tell yourself she's just busy, or that she's not good at texting, or maybe she's just bad at scheduling. You excuse her inconsistency because you're hoping it'll change. But the truth is, when a woman values a man, she adjusts her life to include him. She wants to make time. She plans ahead. She communicates clearly. And if something comes up, she apologizes and reschedules respectfully. That's how genuine interest looks. When a woman constantly flakes on you, what she's really doing is testing how much of your time she can waste. She wants to know if you'll still be there after being treated like an afterthought. If you keep showing up, even after she's disrespected your schedule, your effort, or your availability, she knows she has control. And once she realizes that, she won't change. In fact, she'll get worse. She'll make you wait longer. She'll cancel more often. She'll respond only when she feels like it, because you've taught her there are no consequences. Men with standards recognize this quickly. They don't rearrange their entire life just to be treated like a backup. They don't sit around waiting for text replies from someone who clearly isn't prioritizing them. They protect their time the same way they protect their money and energy. And if a woman disrespects that, they walk without hesitation. A real connection is built on mutual respect. That includes respect for time, energy, and presence. If you're constantly giving her the best of your time while she gives you whatever's left over, that's not attraction. That's disrespect. And you can't lead a relationship or even a meaningful connection from a place where your time holds no value. Here's a practical way to measure her interest. Look at how she reacts when you stop chasing. If she suddenly wants to spend time with you, if she starts respecting your schedule, then she knew all along what she was doing. But if she disappears completely, then she was never serious in the first place. Either way, your clarity increases the moment you stop giving your time to someone who doesn't earn it. A man's time is his power. Don't give it to someone who doesn't treat it with the respect it deserves. 7. She talks down to you. When a woman doesn't value you, she won't treat you like an equal. Instead, she talks down to you, belittles your opinions, or dismisses your feelings. This isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's subtle. Little digs disguised as jokes, dismissive tones when you speak, or outright ignoring what you say. But every time she does this, she chips away at your confidence and respect. A woman who respects you will uplift you, encourage you, and treat you like a partner. One who doesn't value you sees you as less. This behavior is a huge red flag, and too many men ignore it, thinking it's just how she is, or she's having a bad day. But repeated disrespect isn't a mood issue. It's a pattern. It shows how she truly feels about your worth in her life. If she consistently puts you down, she's not building you up. She's tearing you down, and that's toxic. You might hear her interrupt you mid-sentence, talk over your ideas, or dismiss your accomplishments as insignificant. She may mock your hobbies or ambitions or make fun of your friends. Sometimes she'll do this in private, sometimes in front of others, trying to control the narrative about who you are. This behavior chips away at your sense of self and can make you question your own value. But remember, it's not you who's the problem, it's her attitude. A woman who values you wants to see you grow. She respects your journey and supports your dreams. She understands that you're not perfect, but she treats you with kindness regardless. When you disagree, she debates respectfully. When you're down, she listens. She doesn't use your vulnerabilities as ammunition. On the other hand, if she regularly talks down to you, she's showing a lack of respect and care. This is not just emotional neglect, it's emotional abuse. And it's a clear signal that you're not on her level, emotionally or mentally. She doesn't value you as her equal. She might be keeping you around for convenience, entertainment, or validation, but she's not invested in building you up or creating something real. Men who recognize this refuse to accept it. They know respect isn't optional, it's a foundation. If you allow someone to diminish you, you're teaching them that's okay. And that's how cycles of disrespect grow. If you want to be with a woman who values you, don't settle for anything less than respect in every interaction. Call it out when it happens, set boundaries, and be willing to walk away when she refuses to treat you properly. You deserve a partner who sees your worth and matches it with respect, kindness, and equality. Stay firm in your standards. Respect is not a favor, it's your right. You deserve a woman who sees your value and treats you with respect, honesty, and care. If she consistently disrespects your time, emotions, or dignity, she doesn't deserve your effort. Don't settle for being an option or an emotional backup. Recognize these signs early, protect your worth, and never lower your standards for anyone. Real respect and value come from mutual effort and genuine connection. Walk away from what drains you and invest in relationships that build you up. Your time, heart, and energy are precious. Guard them fiercely. And remember, if you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. It's easy to enroll with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today. I want to especially appreciate you for taking your time to watch till the end of this video. I hope the video helps you improve every aspect of your relationship with women. Until next time, this is Stoic Approach to Life.